Welcome to the 8th month of pregnancy. This is the month where your belly really starts to get in the way. Everything from your shoes, your sleep, even your patience. Today, we have so much to talk about: the baby development, your symptoms, OB appointments, and since the due date is approaching, we're going to talk about the signs of labor. That is so important to know at this point. By the way, my name is Diana. I'm a physician assistant specialized in women's health and gynecology with over 12 years of experience. I'm also a mama to 4, and on this channel, we talk about pregnancy, women's health, and being a mama. So make sure to subscribe, and then let me know in the comment section how far along you are. I love reading about you and what brought you to this video. By the 8th month, your baby's length is starting to level off. They're about 17 to 18 inches long from head to toe. But now comes the big weight gain. Over the next few weeks, they'll put on nearly 2 more pounds, building fat and muscle that helps regulate temperature and store energy for the first days after birth. This month is less about growing taller and more about getting stronger, plumper, and ready for life outside the womb. Think of it as the finishing touches stage. Your baby is fine-tuning all the little details before their big debut. So right now, your baby's brain is going through a massive growth spurt. It's forming folds and connections that'll one day control everything from breathing and body temperature to sleep cycles. In fact, the brain's getting so smart that it's already starting to learn your voice and your daily rhythms. The lungs are almost ready for their big debut too. They're producing something called surfactant, which helps keep those tiny air sacs open for their baby's first breath. They're taking practice breaths, so breathing amniotic fluid in and out. The lungs are not supplying the baby's oxygen right now. The mom's blood is, but the lungs' practice breathing is getting them ready for after the baby is born. Their bones are mostly formed, but still soft and flexible, which is really important for squeezing through the birth canal. The skin is changing too. It's not see-through like earlier in the pregnancy. Now it's turning pink and smooth as the baby starts storing fat underneath. The fat will help keep them warm after birth and makes those cheeks so pinchable. And those eyelids that were fused shut for months are now open. They can blink, react to light, and even follow day and night patterns based on your routine. Now, as the baby gets bigger, there's less room for really strong kicks, but you will notice stronger movements. Instead of those flutters, you might feel big stretches, slow rolls, and sometimes they're so strong that they make your belly shift shape. Now, I know a lot of moms starting wondering around this point, what if my baby comes early? If your baby were to be born right now, about 8 months, that's considered late preterm. And the good news is most babies born at this stage do really well. Their lungs are usually mature enough to breathe on their own or with just a little bit of help, but they might still spend a few days in the NICU for things like feeding support, temperature regulation, or blood sugar monitoring. So while survival rate is extremely high, over 99%, every extra day in the womb still makes a huge difference for growth and brain development. That's why this last stretch matters so much, even when you are feeling done. By the 8th month, your body knows the finish line is close, but it's also working overtime to get everything ready. You might feel a little heavier, slower, or like you've been pregnant for a decade. You're not alone. But what's happening inside is incredible. Your uterus now reaches up near your rib cage, which explains why you might get winded by something simple like walking up a flight of stairs. It's also pressing on your stomach, which makes heartburn worse. And then down low is pressing on your bladder, which makes you feel like you have to pee every 5 minutes. Sorry. And all that is completely normal. Let's talk about Braxton Hicks contractions. This is also going to be happening more often. Braxton Hicks are practice contractions. They feel like tightening, maybe cramping that come and go. Think of them as your body's way of warming up for labor. They shouldn't be painful or regular, and they usually go away with a big glass of water and a little bit of rest. But if you do notice that you're having contractions that are becoming more and more regular, more and more intense over time, then that would be a reason to call your OB and let them know. You might also notice pelvic pressure or sharp, zappy sensations, especially when your baby drops lower into your abdomen. That's your baby settling into position and pressing on nerves. We call that lightning crotch. And then there is also swelling in your ankles, your feet, even your fingers can get puffy a bit. But as long as the swelling is mild and it's not accompanied by headache or vision changes, then it's just your body holding extra fluid. Here are my ankles for my 3rd pregnancy. My kids love to play with them. You'll also want to let your OB know right away if you have one-sided ankle swelling. That could be a symptom of something more serious, so make sure to call them right away. How to help with swelling? Compression stockings, drinking more water. I know that sounds counterintuitive because you are retaining water, but it makes a difference and you don't want to get dehydrated when you are pregnant. Sleep can also be a challenge right now. Between the bathroom trips, heartburn, and then trying to get comfortable, you might feel like your pregnancy pillow is your new best friend. By 8 months of pregnancy, it's recommended that you only sleep on your side and to avoid back sleeping. It's best for blood flow to the baby and can help reduce swelling as well. Emotionally, you might feel all over the place, and that's normal. Hormones are peaking and your brain is in the nesting mode, and the reality that, okay, this is really happening is settling in. Try journaling, and also having somebody that you can talk to really makes a big difference. If you haven't already done so, it's time to pack a hospital bag. Now, I've done a whole video all about what to pack in your hospital bag, which I will link to up here. It's also time to be writing out your birth plan, and if you haven't yet, it's time to take a prenatal and labor prep course. There are lots out there, but this is where I'm going to shamelessly talk about the one that I have created. But that's only because it is the most comprehensive prenatal class you can take, taught by yours truly, and I've designed it to help you feel calm, capable, and ready for whatever comes your way during birth. Whether it's a planned epidural, a C-section, or an unmedicated birth, we will cover everything from what's happening in your body to how to advocate for yourself in the hospital, comfort techniques, interventions, free printables, workbooks, journals, and so much more. Plus, when you sign up, you are given lifetime access to the Own My Birth community, an incredible supportive community of expecting and new mamas. Because preparation isn't just about knowing what to expect, it's about feeling empowered every step of the way. Let's chat about OB appointments, because at this point in your pregnancy, those visits are starting to come more often, usually every 2 weeks now instead of once a month. This alone is your sign that things are really getting real, and here's what's usually going to happen at these appointments. Your provider will check your blood pressure, weight, and urine, all really quick but important ways to keep an eye on swelling, blood sugar, and early signs of preeclampsia. They'll measure your fundal height. That is the distance from your pubic bone to the top of your uterus to make sure that your baby is growing on track. And of course, you'll get to hear that steady swishing sound that we all love, the baby's heartbeat. Around this time, your provider may also check the baby's position. Now, most babies will start to flip head down around 32 to 34 weeks. But if your baby is still breech right now, don't panic, because there is still time for them to turn. You can even try gentle movements or certain positions like forward leaning inversion, but always check with your provider first. You might also be asked about fetal movements, how often you are feeling the baby kick. We call this kick counting, and that's one of the best ways to monitor your baby's well-being at home. Now, most providers recommend that you feel 10 movements within 2 hours when your baby is awake and active, which is why it's important to know your baby's patterns. You might notice the baby kick 10 times in 10 minutes during their active time of day, which means that they have passed their kick counting for the day. But if you try to do kick counting during a time that they are normally sleeping, they may not pass their kick counting, but it's only because they're resting. So pick a time each day when the baby is usually active to do kick counting. If they don't pass, even if they only move 9 times in 2 hours, or you feel like they are moving less than what's normal for them, call your OB. Also, depending on your situation, your provider might order an ultrasound to double check growth, fluid levels, or the baby's position. Before you leave your OB appointment, make sure to ask any lingering questions, whether it's about travel, exercise, or how to tell the difference between Braxton Hicks and the real deal. These last few visits are where you really start feeling like a team with your provider as you are planning together for the big day. Now, by the time you hit month 8, there's a shift. You've gone from counting up the weeks to counting down. And if you're anything like me, you're probably starting to wonder, is there a sign that my body is getting ready? And the answer is yes. Probably. Even before labor officially starts, your body is quietly preparing for birth. And sometimes it gives you little clues, what we call soft signs of labor. So let's go through some of them. You might notice that your baby drops lower into your pelvis. That's called lightening. It usually happens a few weeks before labor in the first pregnancy, and then sometimes not until labor itself in later ones. It can make breathing easier, which is probably why it's called lightening, but it also means more pressure on your bladder. Sorry. Another big one is an increase in vaginal discharge or mucus. So as your cervix starts softening, a thick mucus that covers your cervix during pregnancy may loosen and come out. You might notice a clump of clear or slightly blood-tinged mucus. This is called bloody show, and that's normal. It just means that your cervix is changing. However, any kind of heavy bleeding, like a period, you need to call your OB right away. You might also feel more pelvic pressure, especially at the end of the day, or crampy sensations that come and go. These are often early irregular contractions or your uterus practicing. They can feel like menstrual cramps or a tight band wrapping around your belly. And then there's something I call the energy switch. Some moms feel an energy surge, cleaning, organizing, packing, label everything. That's called nesting. And it's your instinct to get the home ready for the baby. However, other people might feel completely drained, like they could nap for a week. Both are normal. Your body's in transition mode, conserving energy for labor. You might also notice looser stools. That can be a soft sign that hormones are shifting and your body is cleaning things out. Lovely, I know, but it's your body making space for baby. Now, soft signs of labor don't mean grab the hospital right now and get out the door. What they mean is that your body is gearing up. What it means is that your body is just preparing for what's to come in the next few weeks. Now, real labor involves contractions that get stronger, longer, and closer together. They also do not go away when you change positions or take a warm bath or rest. And if you notice that, call your OB or head to the hospital. Month 8 is also the perfect time to start mentally preparing too. Take a minute to slow down, breathe, and remind yourself that your body knows exactly what to do. But if you want a step-by-step roadmap that helps you recognize every phase of labor, from these early soft signs to the moment you meet your baby, that's one of the things that I go into detail about in my prenatal course, Own My Birth. You can join through the link below and start today. It's never too late to feel ready. It's wild to think about how much has changed from those tiny first flutters to full-on belly waves, from counting trimesters to counting down the days. And now you are in the home stretch. Now you might be feeling a mix of excitement, nerves, and maybe a little bit of impatience. That's totally normal. But remember, every ache, every Braxton Hicks, every late night bathroom trip means one thing. Your body is growing a little human being. You're getting closer, and it won't be long before you will be snuggling that little one or little ones if you're having multiples. So keep listening to those soft signs, keep resting when you can, and if you haven't been told this recently, you are doing amazing. You really are. But let me know in the comments section what's been the most surprising part of pregnancy for you. I love reading your stories and your comments, and it might help another mom feel a little less alone. And if you like this video and want even more details about what's happening right now, check out my week-by-week pregnancy series. I will link to that right here. Click on that, and I will see you over there.